Okay.
And let's see, where was I? Oh, you make an X, right, in the lower abdomen between the legs. And
do you cut it right through?
You cut the skin. You cut it right open. But you have to be careful not to cut into the abdomen wall inside, because you don't want to puncture any of the organs and ruin the meat. And so then you kind of stretch that out a little bit, enough to fit your hand in there. And you go in there and you try and get between the abdomen membrane and the body of the chicken. You go in there and you make a circle with your hand and you break it apart from the actual chicken, and then you try and pull all of the insides out at once. And it's not really, it's an art, really. Like, Chris's mom can just go and
but we get to see this today, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she can just go in and yank it right out. And me, the first time I did it, I was pulling one thing out at a time. And, but you have to be really careful, because any of like the lower intestines or like the colon or anything, if you bust any of that open, that's like,
and I must drink my coffee.
It's yucky. You don't want like shit on your meat.
Aren't you supposed to clean all that crap out?
Well, you take all the insides out first, and then you have to cut out the asshole next.
Oh.
And that's...
This is every man's dream, by the way. Yes, it is. Cutting the asshole. We know it, right?
And,
no comment, Sherry? That's not in every man's dream, cutting the asshole?
They just want to poke it. They don't want to cut it.
Wait a minute. A man's yoo-haw can't fit in a chicken's butt, so they'd have to cut it, right?
They do it. I don't know how, but they do it. They kill the damn chicken. So. No.
I know now everyone who has been a pervert on the net has looked up a man fucking a chicken, right?
Actually, I haven't looked it up.
Well, I know that Eric and Marcus have. Yes, they have. Because you know why?
I've heard of that saying before, but I didn't know people
Eric
actually
has shown
did
it to me. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
I didn't know people actually did it. I just thought it was like a saying.
That's a party favor in Arkansas.
I was this close to saying, is it really?
It is. Chickens and watermelon.
People fuck watermelon?
Yeah. They all go out in the field and they have this big camp out party, and if they're near a chicken farm, they steal chickens and they fuck them, and watermelon and hot dogs and whatever they can find.
And you've seen this? Come on, Sherry. Have you
can
seen
see
this?
You can see the look on her face.
Have you seen this?
I have not actually.
When you were younger, at a party, getting all wasted and crap.
I didn't live in Arkansas. I have seen somebody do a watermelon.
Oh no.
That was disgusting.
How about dead animals?
No. I haven't seen the chicken thing.
Live cows on the pasture?
No. Don't want to know about that. Don't want to know about the chicken, but I got told about it a lot.
Oh no. You could just see the look on her face. It was so bad. It was so bad.
The watermelon is just wrong, but...
That's American Pie movie right there.
Yeah, that just makes me want to laugh. I think of American Pie.
It just ruins you for watermelon for a while.
Oh, speaking of watermelon, a little off topic. I didn't know that they had yellow watermelons. It looks like a regular watermelon on the outside.
It's very good.
I heard it's sweeter. It's milder.
Very good.
But it's regular colored watermelon on the outside, and then you cut it open, and it's like lemon yellow on the inside.
If they're orangey, they're better.
Are they?
Not just yellow. They're kind of orangey.
I don't know. I couldn't even try it. It just looked like it was rotten watermelon to me. I couldn't do it.
It's really, really good.
And then I didn't know that there's black watermelons. They're black on the outside and then red on the inside.
Oh, okay, yeah. Seedless watermelon.
I guess so. I mean,
I think Some of them are seedless.
Frankie.
Yeah,
Frankie.
they're called.
Christopher's got 2 of them growing outside.
Frankie got a haircut. She's all bald now. Ain't ya? You're all bald. Say, look at me. I've got big eyes now. Alright, so you cut an X in between their legs.
Yep. You go
Oh
in
no,
there.
wait a minute. We're at the butthole.
The asshole. Yep. You what you do is you cut the large intestine, the colon, from the asshole, and then you have to, like, if they have any shit in there, you just have to, like, push it out, and then you take your scissors and you can that little hole, you can cut, like, from the asshole up to that hole to make it a little bit bigger, and then you have to cut their, like, I don't know, they don't have a sphincter, whatever that muscle is. You have to cut it out because you don't want to eat it. It's gross.
Yeah.
And you cut that all out.
Have you eaten one before?
No, but I wouldn't want to eat anything that...
Well, there are some places that make chicken butthole soup.
Do they really?
They don't waste anything. It's like in Mexico.
Well, I know that we save the gizzard.
Yeah.
You like.
Well, that's good for gravies and stuff, right?
Yeah. What we do
Livers
is
and gizzards.
when we
and
killed our roosters last winter, we saved the gizzard. We cut them open, cleaned them out, and then we cooked the chickens, and then we used the gizzard to make the gravy to go over the
Do
chickens.
people not know what a gizzard is?
And
It filters waste.
yeah, as long as I can't see it in the gravy, I'll eat it. But yeah, a gizzard is, for anybody that doesn't know, a gizzard is a little pouch. It sits right about here on a chicken, and they eat pebbles and rocks and dirt, and it sits in there, and then they eat their food or bugs or other chicken shit or whatever they put in their mouth that goes down their throat, and it all kind of sits in there. It'll fill up like a pouch, and it all sits in there, and the dirt and those pebbles will grind down that food and filter everything out, and then whatever gets ground down, then they process and they digest and shit out 5 minutes
I did not know that.
There's stuff.
Did you know
there
that?
in the- yeah, it sits in there in the craw, and then it filters through that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that,
Grinds
Derek?
it all down and shit.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had one of those. I thought it was just like turkeys and stuff that had them. But when I got my first chick, we'll have to take a video or show him outside. He's a little yellow Japanese Bantam. It's like
I'm hungry.
he's like a miniature rooster. It's like a Chihuahua chicken. He's really cute. He's buff and he's got a black tail and oh, he's cool. Anyway, when I first got him, he was this tiny, tiny yellow chick, and his gizzard was full, and it's rock hard when it's all full, and it takes them a while to process it, kind of like when your stomach's full, and then it takes a while to digest it, and I thought he had a tumor, and I called the breeder I got him from, and I'm like, oh my god, he's got this thing on his neck, it feels like camel's hump, and I think he has a tumor, and I don't want my chick to die.
Right.
And she just laughed at me, and she said, no, it's his gizzard. When he gets hungry, it'll deflate again.
Oh.
And yeah, when it's empty, if you feel it, if you know where to look, you can feel it. You can just feel those pebbles in there, and they just kind of sit in there. And I guess when the pebbles get ground down enough, they go through their system and they shit them out and they eat more pebbles.
Oh.
So yeah, it's like Sherry said, it just filters waste. It's just gross.